let's talk about the historical development of gun control laws and early regulations. Because gun control isn't a new concept. Early regulations date back to the 1930s with the National Firearms Act. It was aimed at curbing gang violence. And over time, additional laws were enacted to address growing concerns about public safety. So gun control, it's not recent, but it's not early on. With the Bruin Act, they talk about things that were enacted and in place around the founding of the Constitution. Well, the Constitution was founded way before 1930. And you got gun control laws, a couple that were there before that, but basically 1930s, the NFA is kind of what started this thing. I think they wanted to get rid of machine guns, and it just went downhill from there. I want to talk about more modern legislation. 1994 assault weapons ban.
It's the worst thing ever.
But it's a significant example reflecting the liberal push to stricter gun control laws in response to rising crime rates and high-profile mass shootings. Now, we know that the assault weapons ban was basically useless. It was 10 years, and a lot of people don't realize that the reason it was 10 years was they said if after 10 years there's no statistical improvement, we'll drop it.
Not work, Michael. Okay? Okay.
So after 10 years, there was no statistical improvement. Nothing changed. Assault weapon ban got dropped. Now you want to go back and do it all over again. For what? For what? People aren't walking around the street with their AR-15s, and AR-15s aren't an assault weapon. Assault weapon was a term that was made up, and they tried to use the term from assault rifles that we actually have in the military. Have assault rifles that shoot full auto. So let's ban the gun that looks like it. That's just their way of, let's ban the big scary black gun. Yours might be FDE, but the big scary black gun, let's just get it off the street. And that's just the beginning. They get rid of assault weapons, they're going to get rid of everything else they can. So these things don't work. Let's talk about, consider the case of the Parkland shooting in 2018. The aftermath of that saw a massive movement. Young activists calling for stricter gun control laws. This movement kind of highlighted the strong opposition of many liberals toward gun ownership. That's driven by a desire to prevent such tragedies in the future. But statistics show that states with stricter gun control laws often have lower rates of gun-related deaths. That's what they try to say. And that kind of bolstered the liberal argument for more regulation. When you sit here and say less guns equal more crime, but then you go to cities that have more guns and they have less crime. Yeah, less guns equal less crime if it's less guns in the hands of criminals. It really makes no sense to say less law-abiding citizens having guns is going to be less crime. No. Less criminals having guns will be less crime. It's kind of common sense, but
all right, that makes sense.
Sometimes you can't tell everybody everything. All right, so like I said, we're gonna get too deep into it. I just want to kind of hit some of the reasons. So wrap it up. The liberal aversion to guns is rooted on a deep-seated belief about public safety, cultural perceptions of violence, and the role of government in regulating firearms.